New day, new verse. Let's dig into the 2 through 6 section. Here we go. Do you remember that time Elijah was agonizing over this same Israel and cried out in prayer? God, they've murdered your prophets. They've trashed your altars. I'm the only one left, and now they're after me. And do you remember God's answer? I still have 7,000 who haven't quit. 7,000 who are loyal to the finish. It's the same today. There's a fiercely loyal minority. Still, not many, perhaps, but probably more than you think. They're holding on, not because of what they think they're going to get out of it, but because they're convinced of God's grace and purpose in choosing them. If they were only thinking of their own immediate self-interest, they would have left long ago. And, when I was thinking about this, I got the idea that what the world calls leftovers, God calls fertile ground. With the remnant, with who we are, those who, because I know it's easy to feel like, oh, I'm the only one, and fortunately social media has kind of helped alleviate that a little, but there's still those moments where it's like, I feel like I'm the only one, Lord. And it's so beautiful that when in Elijah's day, when in Paul's day, or in our today, when we go, I feel like I'm the only one, God goes, I know, you're not, so don't worry. And it almost kind of makes me think back to when Elijah is talking to his servant, protege kind of person, and saying, God open his eyes so that he may see that there are more of us, more for us than against us. And I love the fact that God continues to do that, continues to reiterate. And it does strike me that, this idea of a remnant works in both directions, that it is something we need to remember to hold to, being peacemakers, and I'm going to be putting the Beatitudes in there today because, it is blessed are the peacemakers. Earlier today, I heard a commentator I like saying, certain people that there was a disagreement with, that at that point there is no middle ground, they're just straight up their enemy. And I found my heart breaking that I would hope to remember to pray, because Jesus says, love your enemies as and I think the translation is more to as you yourself are loved by him. Because God's love that would die for us, that same kind of love we have to share with others or repudiate the love given in the first place. And Jesus points that out multiple times in parables as well. We're going to be this, a servant was forgiven all of their debts. And they turn around and to another servant either beat them or throw them in prison or these worse kind of things. And it's like, well, of course, then the first servant who acts that way after being shown mercy is going to be double condemned. And it's so interesting to me that God reiterates what the kingdom looks like all throughout the world, and his parables are so rich to get into. I know I've been thinking about doing Matthew after this, but instead of doing line and verse, I think I'm going to be doing Matthew parables and digging into them, because each one is very, very layered, and it's something we can have a lot of fun wrestling with. I also may start posting the bloopers of trying to get this thing up to have it look nice. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. We will be doing verses 7 through 10. I look forward to seeing you then. God bless, and may his blessing be upon you.